Welcome, 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 welcome.
Oh, sorry, I was about to.
That's funny. I had to play it for like coming in, and I'm
Yeah,
like, somebody actually hit me the other day and was like, "Yo, I just ran across this song that you're on. This is fire."
I love that song.
I was like, great project. You dropped like two more since two more projects. You took a
Yeah,
little break and then you dropped like two more, right?
yeah. Puppies and Alpaca, and then I dropped Gizbon, which I have to re-upload because Spotify be bugging.
You dropped is that the collab one? That's
No,
there's a collab one
Gizbon
too.
is actually it's a whole series called the Deja Vu series,
Uh
but that
huh.
was the first installment where I had like
Ah,
similar songs. So I either have the same beat, different songs, same beat. Like I mix it up,
okay,
remix it. Yeah,
okay, that's
always
dope.
something that sounds familiar. So that Deja Vu feel
To
like
like the remix kind of feeling, but
yeah,
okay, that's
yeah.
dope. That's dope. That's dope. We have I didn't even get to the introduction yet. I didn't get to the introduction yet. We have Daphya here.
What's up?
Um, I met Daphya probably like wow,
A
10,
million
yeah, yeah.
years ago.
That's I'm like, man, that's about like 11 years ago now. Maybe like 10. That's
Crazy.
like a decade ago. Decade ago. You know
Yeah.
that's crazy.
I know. I was like 11. It's
That.
nuts, bro. It's crazy how that works.
Oh wow. Um, and just this is a person who right now she has a podcast she does, which also music, incredible rapper, singer, um, and just performer, curator. Am I missing? I know I'm missing some stuff.
Puerto Rican. No,
Puerto
I'm
Rico,
just
dope merch too. I seen
Thank
the
you.
website,
Yeah,
very dope merch.
Defy.com. Yeah. I really
I,
like spun that from being like an artist site to just Defy a shop, like
yeah,
a clothing brand now. So it's all motivational, just trying to live my raps.
yeah,
That's
I
it.
love that, and always definitely spitting quote the pun the name the fire, cause like I love when you're like dropping the freestyles. Like I know I seen the last one I think was the left eye. Was it
Oh
that?
yeah.
I'm like, man, you just kill it. Yeah, you just kill it.
That was a fun one. That one got a
You,
really good response. I was really happy about it because I had my giant Puerto Rican flag, and I don't
mhm,
usually do that. Like,
mhm.
I had bought it for another. Like, I was gonna do some content for TikTok with that flag, but I was like, "Fuck it, just put it in the bag." And then
Yeah,
everybody like
I
popped
gotta, I
it
gotta. I'm gonna have to cut it in and just play it.
up.
You was killing that thing. Um, that's so funny. So I haven't seen you in a while,
It has been a
and
while.
and then like even with
Jersey
that,
hasn't seen
like
me in a while.
yeah. When the last time you been to Jersey?
It was last year. I think it was around May, Mother's Day, because I came to see my mom's.
Okay.
Yeah, because I spent the holidays in Atlanta because I got fam in Atlanta too last year. So this was my first holiday since moving to LA here.
Oh, how's that move been? Like just
First year was rough, but not LA's fault.
yeah, not your fault.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it was my fault. It was the universe doing what I had to do, but everything happens for a
Yes,
reason.
yes.
And this year was much better.
Yes,
Like
yes.
nothing happened, which is great. I
That's
like it
great.
like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very,
So
very good.
so like moving from Jersey to LA, like culturally with the music and stuff that's going on, the environment, like like the rap scene over there, like is it like a big shift?
No, you'd be surprised
Yeah,
how like integrated we've gotten as hip hop for the most part. Like
yeah,
you have some artists that are very like signature Cali sounding,
mm-hmm,
but a lot of them are just rapping,
yeah. Is the support different over there? I know, like over here, for a long time we were like, people don't. So I mean, it's changed a
Yeah.
lot. The landscape has changed, but
There's definitely support. I mean, as soon as I hit the ground, like I was just checking out all the open mics,
hmm
getting to know different people,
is that a
and
big scene? That open
it's
mic?
they're different.
Okay.
Yeah, so they definitely like New York. They're a little bit segregated with the circles because I used to tour different hip hop circles when I was here in New York, and
Mm-hmm.
that's how I made it to like EOW, and then like Supreme Bars had its thing, and like they have something similar like that. Shout out something dope for the people. I haven't made it there yet, but that's a really popular one. I'm dying to go there. Members only is fire. That is my favorite right now. And then I went to a few like independent things, but there is a group that I met on my little tour that I was doing.
Yeah.
And it's about 30, 40 artists. Shout out D-Gav gang. And, you know, they all support each other. They post events. They have a group chat. So there is support there.
That's
Absolutely.
dope. That's
Yeah.
dope. That's super dope. Yeah, I was wondering like how your transition to LA was, because like people just get up sometimes. They're like, I'm going to LA.
Yeah.
I'm like,
it wasn't exactly like that, but
Yeah.
it was kind of like that.
Yeah.
Because I had originally planned to go with a friend who kind of pulled out last minute. And then I had already applied for working remote because I wanted to prepare myself for
Yeah.
the move. And so that whole year I was like, but now I can go anywhere, because it was her idea to go to LA. It wasn't even my idea. But then I had already kind of like envisioned my
Yep.
life in LA.
Mm-hmm.
So then I was like, fuck, I just go by myself, and I did.
That's important. Vision. That's super important. That's so. Even some of the other things like the third pod, like you've had that. How many seasons have you?
So I
Something
started in 2020, but I take months in between
Yeah.
the seasons. So I'm starting season 7 on January
Yeah,
30th.
season 7.
Yeah.
That's
Lucky
lovely.
7.
That's lovely, yo.
Yeah.
That's lovely. So like, what talk about it a little bit, like what you guys talk about, like what you guys get into, like what you got coming up.
It was a little scattered, so it's a.
No,
I
that-
know you're
that's a-
asking a simple
and
question, but
I
I got
know,
like a long ass answer.
Cause in seeing it, like I've seen some of your posts, and you just have I just literally be cracking up laughing. Like I seen one post you posted.
Probably
it
with
wasn't a
Elk
pod.
from last season.
Those
Yeah.
those are good too. And you'll have like little stuff that'll bring me. Like even when you guys are just talking about the beef, when you guys are talking about the beef, like
Yeah, we
that,
went
that
ham
was
for like 3 episodes.
yeah. I was like, this is cool. You're hilarious too.
That wasn't our fault either. I just want to just interject with that.
Yeah.
That was the way they were dropping. I was like, we gotta talk about it again.
Yeah.
So I just blame Kendrick.
That's funny. Yeah. Well, even after in your post where you're like, me now being a extra,
Yeah.
I'm like, that's hilarious because a lot of people have that take. It's like I'm an extra fan, and it's
I mean,
like
I still have Drake though.
No,
but my co-host for that season, because that particular season I had a co-host, and he was cooking me because he was Kendrick, I was Drake. I was like,
yeah, it became a little harder for the Drake fans to fight on his behalf.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah.
But I'm not a liar, and he lost.
Yeah. I keep
Not at life though.
It was just good for the culture.
It was. It was so fun. It was so fun for me as a hip hop fan, for sure.
Yeah, all the hip hop fans. I was just talking. The hip hop fans love it.
Yeah.
I loved it. I enjoyed it.
Me too.
I don't like to see people tear each other down, but you know,
sometimes
the sport. It's a sport. It's a sport. He said sometimes I love it. It's like with battle rap. I don't know. Do you watch battle rap?
I used to watch a lot of battle rap, but I haven't lately.
Yeah. Okay. Would you ever get into a rap battle?
I used to battle. Yeah, I started battling.
Yeah, no, but like on just regular tracks.
I used to say diss tracks were my specialty, but not now. I'm grown and evolved and healed and whatever all those fucking pseudo words they want to throw in. I'm all that good, nice stuff. It's big sunshine in the building.
I didn't see anything with you. You were rap battling?
Yeah. I like straight out of high school. That's the first thing I did. I did Hot 97 battles. I did Summer Jam. I did a Power 105 battle at Jersey Gardens. I did a bunch of random Hot 97 battles.
Your music makes so much more sense. It makes so much more sense. One of the questions I have on here was for you was how do you balance vulnerability with confidence in your music? Because you'll be talking about, vulnerable topics, but you just sound like the most confident person talking about these vulnerable topics. But you saying like, oh, I was battling, it's like it makes so much sense. Like you,
I didn't like it. I don't like destroying people's self-esteem and making them cry and putting them into depression. So I had to retire and stuff.
Yeah, but I'm gonna go back and find a clip and just throw it in here. That's funny, yo. Okay, but even with that, I'm gonna still ask that question. How do you balance vulnerability with the confidence in your music? Because it sounds very confident right?
Mm.
Like every single thing. You could be talking about something depressing per se, right?
Yeah.
And it sounds super confident. So, like, what's your take on that? Like your backing on that?
Well, I mean, anything that is I like emo rap, like that's
Mm-hmm.
why I used to love Joe Budden because I like emo rap.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Joe.
But when I do emo rap, it's
Mm-hmm.
always kind of a lesson to it,
Mm-hmm.
you know? So there's always, I don't want to say a happy ending, but there's always something to take from it in a positive sense.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe that's what comes across as confident because I don't, dwell in it in a negative way, I guess.
Yeah.
But I'm in general a very honest person, maybe too honest. I've gotten a little bit better at, wording and articulating.
Yeah. You can't have all of this. So.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm exactly who I am in real life. I am in my music, and that's
Yeah.
why I say I live my raps. And that was like in my first round of merch when I was doing the Firephonics collection and stuff like that. Is because I try to be as authentic as possible, And I'm glad that it comes across in my music that way because that's how I am.
Yeah, that's dope. That's dope. That's one of the specific questions I had, and I was like, it just always sounds like super. Like sometimes I listen to people and I'm like, dang, like, like it don't sound like you believe what you're saying. You know what I'm saying? Like I know you've heard artists too, and you're like, yeah, it don't sound like you believe what you're saying, but you sound like you believe what you're saying. Like every time you say something, so. I appreciate you for that. Not everybody does it. I guess like with that too, because you kind of mentioned it's like, how do you protect your mental health as an artist? And I think I seen a post. You posted something. I can't remember the exact words.
Mm.
That's what made me come up with this question. But just having that vulnerability, protecting your mental health, and you're also putting yourself out there constantly. So to be able to take opinions and take feedback, and you're constantly putting yourself out there, like, and this is for other artists to kind of share like how you do it.
Yeah.
How do you protect your mental health and still like constantly put out? You know what I'm saying? So that's, and you kind of said I take breaks with the pod, like so just
Yeah, because I dip and dabble in so many like different things,
Mm-hmm.
but I've been on the internet because that is the cruelest place.
It's
The internet is the cruelest place, but I've been there for a while.
Why are y'all so cruel?
Yeah, I've been doing social media since MySpace.
Mm-hmm.
So the stranger stuff, I've been cyberbullied. I had somebody who hated me so much they would email me after I blocked me just to tell me how fat and ugly I was. So that shit don't bother me. It don't faze me at all from strangers. The only time I get hurt is when I build a connection with somebody, I trust somebody, and they do me dirty. Like, and I constantly repeat this: if I don't know you, there's no way you can penetrate me. Like, there's no way.
Yeah.
Because 99% of the time you're wrong anyway because you don't know me.
Yeah.
So that doesn't affect me. I think also as an artist, because we create a product that is something we want to give, it's something that we want to share.
Mm-hmm.
We care what people think about the product, but you have to realize that there's no way, like zero chance that everybody's gonna love it ever.
Yeah.
So you just have to be prepared for the people that it's not gonna resonate with.
Yeah.
That makes it a little bit easier to accept and protect yourself.
Yeah. No, I agree. I be telling people that all the time. People, I think people get so much into their heads that they'll be in the studio and they're like, I don't know if I want to. There is nobody here. Like, just record what you go record.
Yeah.
Should I do back? There is nobody here. Like, you don't have an audience here. Like, you're not on the stage performing right now. Just go try it.
Yeah.
Go,
Always try whatever you want, or don't even go in with an idea and just kind of. I record alone, so I always compare myself to like Russ and Hobson. Like I'm dungeon by myself kind of artist. But even if you are in the studio, like don't. And make sure the people that are in the studio with you that you trust, that you don't feel are gonna ridicule you, judge you, or whatever, or if they have input, is gonna be constructive.
Yeah. Oh, and suggestive.
Yeah.
I always tell artists, I'm like, can I make a suggestion? And I ask,
That's
I'm like, can I make a suggestion? If they say no, I know.
Yeah.
Like, it's just a suggestion. But yeah.
People hate unsolicited advice.
Yeah, I don't.
That's why I don't talk to people directly when I have advice. I
Yeah.
just go and make a TikTok. They'll inspire something that I can generalize
Yeah.
that'll help more people, since I don't want to, you know, like,
Intrude.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I don't.
And that's an
yeah.
outlet too. And it works for, you know, like, they might catch it and catch feelings, but if the shoe fits, bitch,
Yeah.
get out of here. Like, take the good part. I'm giving you advice.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then it helps multiple people.
Yeah. And that's the
one
thing.
of my favorite things about social media too.
Is being able to like connect with multiple
Yeah.
people that you don't even know. So,
Always strangers. I
Yeah.
always aim for the strangers.
Yeah.
Yep.
I was talking about that, like with just strangers being usually the people that are gonna support you more.
Yeah.
Like it's like a lot of times the people you know, it's like, oh,
Mm.
you know what I'm saying?
It's just fire.
Yeah.
It's just easy. It's just easy doing this little hip hop thing again.
It's just, yeah. I hope everybody don't look for handouts later. That's cool, yo. Yeah, so I definitely would hope that people start to, you know, support a little bit more, share a little bit more.
Yeah. Strangers are objective too.
Yeah.
That's what I like.
They are.
So you know they like your shit. It's not
They
because
are.
they're your friend.
Yeah. I think it's funny because I listen to more underground people than I listen to mainstream, and like people around me can attest. They're how I hear a lot of stuff. Like, and if somebody drops like Kendrick album drop, I'll play it once. That's it though. Like
Yeah.
and I guess the elephant memory helps, but yeah.
Oh, I got that.
Yeah. Just like, yeah, I remember the song. Like, yeah, I remember how it made me feel. And then
My Angelou
Move-
right there.
But-
People don't remember what you did or what you said. They remember how you made it.
yeah,
Facts.
that's true. That's
Yeah.
true. It really is
I got
true.
that quote, like, you know, frame on my wall.
Oh, that's a cool.
right
you
in
have-
front of the treadmill.
But it's true. They really don't. Like, you have a moment that you had, and it's like, how'd you make me feel?
Mm.
I know from where I was in my job, like that was one of the most important things like we preached, which was like remember somebody's name because of how that makes them feel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I suck at that.
I suck at it too, to be honest. I do, but I get the importance of it.
I'm not even good with faces. They say, like, a lot of people say, like, oh, I don't know names. You know, when I see them, I remember voices. And I don't know if it has to do with, you know,
Yeah.
me having this affinity for music and sound. But I will remember somebody's voice over their face.
Really?
Yeah. They'll start speaking. I'll be like, oh, yeah.
That's funny. So on the phone, you will never get somebody confused. Like, wait, hold
Nah.
up. If somebody
Yeah.
random calls you, you're like, oh, this is such and such.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Cause I really hate when I call somebody and they're like, and I say if I pick somebody else's phone, I'm like, hey, this is like, why can I pretend to be somebody else and you don't pick that up? I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah.
It's weird.
How
Yeah.
dare you?
How dare you?
Shit. My voice pretty distinct, too, so I really be like,
What's going on?
how many defiers out here?
That's- how does being Puerto Rican? How does it's like a multifaceted question. How is being Puerto Rican? But how has that affected your music influence? Like growing up, is it a cultural difference? Like it's like hip hop is so integrated with so many cultures, and it's like you're like top level hip hop.
I mean, when I was a kid and stuff, I was always like my grandparents. I lived with my grandparents for like most of my until I moved to Jersey. Pretty much when I was in the Bronx, it was me, my mom, and my grandparents. So I was with 100% Spanish speaking, you know, people in my household.
Yeah.
And they were always trying to drill it into me. You need to learn Spanish. It's gonna help you get jobs when you get older. It's really good. It's a good skill. And I was like, no, I'm American. But luckily, I still learned some Spanish. I'm not like crazy. I would never say like I'm fluent, because the definition of fluent actually means that you speak it just as well as your native tongue. I don't speak Spanish just as well as English, because like English, you know, I do the slang, proper English. Like I don't know all that for Spanish, but
Yeah.
I speak enough Spanish, and I just brought it with me into adulthood, just kind of like subconsciously, like in the back of my head, it's just something that I do. You know, if somebody speaks to me, you know, I reply in Spanish or whatever. That's not a problem. But recently, I've gotten super Puerto Rican because I'm turning into my mother. So I guess when you get older, you just get more Puerto Rican.
That's funny.
Puerto Rican. Yeah. Look at her hair. She Puerto Rican.
You start to elevate into into your full body of Puerto Rican.
Yeah,
That's
I mean,
funny.
give me like 6 months, I'm gonna be just blasting salsa, in, you know, in my crib. I don't really listen to Spanish music, but
Have you started to more? Is that
I've been getting it wasn't intentional though, but I've been getting introduced to more Spanish artists through Twitch. For some reason, like they have some really big streams, and then I found out they were artists, and then I just kind of checked them out. But I still don't listen regularly.
so you're
And I don't even know them by name.
gonna give a Spanish album?
No.
Oh yeah, your face
Jesus,
just
that was
like,
too much. I did on Phases. I had one song where half of it was Spanish, Lo siento. But I do have a full Spanish song in the tuck that I'm just like, I re-recorded it like 7 times. I just wanted to be perfect.
Yeah.
But not a whole Spanish album though. I probably do a few joints though in Spanish.
That's hilarious.
And I always throw in, you know, some Spanish words in my verses and stuff. I do a little Chinese too, because I'll be flexing. You know,
Yeah.
like, hey, don't forget I know a little Chinese.
I know a little.
Because obviously I know Spanish. Oh, not obviously, because Puerto Ricans are infamous.
Yeah,
for not
yeah, very infamous.
Yes, fuck it, I'm impressive.
that and I guess some of the Dominicans as well. You're like, you guys.
Yeah, my cousins are Dominican. They speak way better Spanish than me.
Yeah, that's dope. I have like 2 Spanish songs in the tuck.
Nice.
Yeah, so maybe I could.
Yeah.
So,
Hell yeah. We'll recreate. Damn. What was it? Last lesson.
Last lesson.
Yeah, our song.
That's
We'll do a Spanish version.
When you said it just now, it sounded Spanish.
Last lesson.
Yeah, I didn't hear. I was like, wait. I was looking for a Spanish word. Yeah.
It's not even Spanish.
How would you say that in Spanish?
Damn. I actually don't think I know how to say lesson, but última is last. But I don't know how to.
I mean, that's a good title right there.
We'll just say última.
Última. Have you heard última?
Última.
I like that a lot.
Gotta use the Spanish announcer voice. So, la última.
La última. La última.
ASMR. I like ASMR. I haven't listened in a while though.
The what?
ASMR. Like
Yeah.
the sound where they whisper and they crinkle paper and do this kind of stuff.
I'm not familiar.
Oh,
No.
because I like sounds. I told you,
The-
like
yeah,
the
yeah.
voices and then like anything I hear is like yeah,
That's
like
funny.
ASMR.
I have a cool question here, which was your relationship with the female rap industry. How do you feel about it? Because it's growing,
Yeah.
right? And then you have just this side of people that are like rappers, MCs, and then you got this other side that's just like fun boppity,
Yeah.
you know.
Let the kids be kids.
Let the
Yeah.
kids be kids.
Yeah.
That's all you'll say.
I
No,
mean,
that's
like
that's
Ice
fair.
Spice and stuff. I think it's very elementary as far as like the bar structure and technique wise. Like it's very one syllables, not a lot of multis. She got a few punchlines here and there. It's still fun. I really like her interviews. I think she's very well spoken. Oh, I'm so sorry.
no, you're good.
I think she's very well spoken and she
That's fine.
makes good points when she talks.
That's funny because that's exactly what made me like her a lot.
The interviews, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, same. But then she got into beef with Lotto, and then I'm like, oh, well, I'm Team Lotto, bye.
Yeah.
Because Lotto could rap. So then we go into that you
Yeah.
just mentioned. So
Yeah.
I'm always going to team with the rap because I rap. You know?
Yeah. Does that make you feel a little like, you know, because we don't really see the rappers get as much shine, I guess, because the kids kind of control that narrative, right?
Yeah,
They
Lotto
can-
mixes it, you know. She shakes her ass every opportunity she gets, but then she give you them bars. You know, what is it? Big Mama, she calls herself or some shit?
Does that take away from rap?
I,
Just booty shaking? Does that just...
from rap, no.
No.
Not from rap.
Why not from rap?
Cause
Is that part of the like? Is that part?
that's like saying, did like LL Cool J not wearing a shirt in his videos take away from rap?
Mm.
You know, like it's not the rap that's affected. Now him as an artist and his brand and his personal, like
Mm-hmm.
you are doing what you're doing and know what you're doing. You
Mm-hmm.
know, like don't be mad because somebody said like, oh, she always shaking her ass, but you are always shaking your ass. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I just seen somebody at a concert. I forget what female artist this was, and she was like, "Oh, y'all like that? I can't shake it that much," or something like that.
Oh my
Like,
God.
who? You? Oh no,
I
I
didn't
thought.
see
Oh,
that.
I was like, I'm gonna go find that too. Yeah, I don't know who it was, but she was like, "Yeah, I can't. I don't do it that much," but I forgot who she was on tour with. But yeah, that's neither here or there. But just I don't know. I guess on my side, I guess being it's like it's cool, but I do be feeling like I guess a lot of fans are just that's all they want to see.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, like
Because a lot of fans ain't us who actually create too, so they're on a very shallow level of it all.
mm-hmm. I was just talking about that too because us being into the craft, you see
Yeah.
things differently than people that are not into the craft and just get to enjoy it. And I honestly, I sometimes dip into that. I
Mm.
would love to be there where I can just look at something, enjoy it, where I could just hear a song and you're not analyzing and,
I had to force
yeah.
myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, because when I started rapping again, it was 2016 and Migos was it.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, what happened? What is, I don't understand. I literally couldn't understand. It was like a different language to me.
Mm-hmm.
And I just had to step back and be like super like, I don't know. Not, I guess I want to say objective, but I don't know if that's really the word I'm looking for. But almost like come with a blank slate and really like allow them to draw on the canvas kind of thing. Because me, with my experience and my history and, what I have like preconcept,
Ingrained in you.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it wasn't working. But then I did. And I was able to appreciate them for what they brought to the table. I definitely had my favorites though. The group though. I really like Offset actually. He was actually my favorite. R.I.P. Takeoff though. I heard he was the GOAT. I think maybe I just really like Offset's flow.
Yeah. No.
And everybody like Quavo, but sure.
It's funny even having to listen to them and you kind of go, oh wait, it's not the same flow.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Because people would say, oh.
And those ad libs were game changing.
Yeah, they were game changing.
The ad libs.
I like those ad libs.
Yeah. White T-shirt. I like that one.
Those are game changing ad libs. Artists, how important are ad libs? Are they
right now? Very. I hardly do ad libs. It depends on the song and the energy of the song, but
no Glock booms.
No, I used to do more of that when I was like doing gangster rap, but I don't do that no more.
No.
My shit all uplifting and positive and shit. I don't need it.
Which I love. What made you shift to that?
Because I live my raps.
Yeah.
And I got older.
And you feel like you as a person just became more
evolved.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I really like, I don't try too hard. I try to let it flow. So what I am is what you hear in the music.
Yeah. Yeah, that's been big. I think artist identity, knowing who you are, and actually putting that. Yeah, I was saying people like I spent a lot of time bashing women on.
How dare
you?
I'm
so sorry. You guys are horrible people.
Y'all horrible people. What are you talking about?
I mean, people are horrible people.
I told you I don't like people. Yeah, I agree. I'm glad we came to a mutual understanding.
That's what I had to come to realize, and it's like, oh well, I want people to be better people instead of just telling people how horrible they are. So, but yeah, then you come to identity crisis, and you're like, I don't even feel this way anymore, But this is all I know. So.
Yeah, I do my little cocky raps, and I just said this to somebody recently, and I said the only type of verse or song that I could write on a whim, no matter what mood I'm in, is that bar heavy New York style cocky rap, because if I'm sad, it makes me feel better. Like it actually elevates my mood just writing those bars, because I'd be so proud of myself doing like the punchlines and shit like that, the metaphors. It's like, oh, that was dope. It was fun. I make myself laugh.
Yeah.
But if I'm happy, it just flows out too because I'm in my cocky mode. I'm in that bag.
Yeah.
Everything else, I have to be in that mood. I cannot just like write a sad song when I'm happy. Like it doesn't work
Don't
that
work.
way. Yeah,
That's what I get my bag. Like sad song.
I love doing them, but I gotta be in.
You gotta get sad. Like the atmosphere has to be
Yeah.
set right.
I gotta have inspiration. I have to be inspired, and that doesn't always have to be my shit because like I said when I did Phases, I had never even been cheated on, and like the whole album is kind of like a story about
that.
Yeah. But I empathize with other people and stories that I heard and people I've been around, and I was able to pull from that.
Well, that's what comes along with being a next level writer. You could kind of just die. You could watch a movie and then you're just
imagination.
That's so dope, yo. That's so dope. So you said you've never been cheated on.
At that point, I got cheated on. But it wasn't even. Shout out my ex. He kissed. Yeah, he kissed somebody. That was it. But that was enough for me. I'm not the girl from the album. The girl on the album was like, he's cheating, but it's okay.
It's okay.
Yeah, nah. You kiss somebody, I'm out.
You skip to the outro.
Hell yeah, last lesson. Boop. DZ, I need you for that verse right now.
That's funny. You skip straight to. She said, nope. But that's funny because your challenge was forgive him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And some people misunderstood it when they were like, because I have a friend who was like, I want to do your challenge, but I don't know if I could forgive my enemies. I was like, bro, that's not what I said.
That's not what you,
I said, let God forgive them. You don't ever have to talk to them again.
Yeah.
You don't have to do anything. The point is leave them alone. Don't waste no energy on them and let God handle it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not super religious, but, if the song and it is a good message, I think, to share. And it's something that, I had to work on because going back to Phases, I had a song called Dirty Work where it's like, I don't let karma do my dirty work. And I was petty and and I admit it, So I think like when you said about that identity crisis thing is like allowing yourself to change and being okay with changing as a person, because I didn't always make great decisions. I wasn't nice to everybody, you know what I'm saying? But people change and they grow and you learn. As long as you actually apply, what you learn, you good.
Yeah, I think that's what holds a lot of artists back. They be like stuck in that same thing. Like, yo, you don't gotta buy out the bar. Like that's not like I understand when you were 19, that's a thought process. You wanted to buy out the bar, but like you're gonna grow as a person. Like, what do you want now? Like, do you want to plant a garden and have a house? You can do that. Like, people just be like, oh no, I want to fly on a jet. Like, all right, do you want
Elon.
that? That's funny. Do you actually want that, or
do you want it because everybody else wants it? Yeah, nah. I'd be mad. I tell everybody. I'd be like, nope, I don't go outside, and I do, but I'd rather say I don't go outside.
Yeah.
I don't do nothing. I don't know nobody.
Yeah.
I want you to think I'm the most boring person on the planet.
Why do you want people to think that?
Because it's safer that way. I feel like it's like when I first moved to LA, I started like kind of documenting my journey, and it was cool because it was very inspiring for people. They were letting me know, like, oh, how proud of me they were. And I didn't feel like I was doing anything to be proud of, but still, it was cool that they felt that way. I was glad I was evoking positive emotions in people. But then I made an announcement, like a little announcement that hardly anybody saw on my story. That I was like, yeah, I'm going back to only posting from my car and my bedroom because you don't need to know where I'm at. You don't need to know who I'm with. Half the people I posted pictures with last year ain't even in my life this year. So what's the point? Like, who am I doing it for? Why am I sharing, my audience with these people? Like, it just for nothing. They like the jokes and the music. I'll give you jokes and music because I want to give you what you want to make you happy. I don't need to show off nothing. So that's where I'm at with it.
Would people not like transition out of your life? Do you feel like people are definitely there for like do you kind of say like, okay, well these people were here and I got what I was supposed to get from them
the
at
whole
that
season
time.
thing.
Do you feel like that? Or you be like, they should have never been there?
Yeah. Like low key, I do. I wish I never ever met people, bro.
They should never.
I ain't even gonna hold you. The other part is probably right. What you said is the right way.
Yeah.
But it's hard to feel like that in the moment when you're going through it.
Mhm.
After it's a little bit easier because you learn, and some lessons, no matter how much you hear about it, you have to experience it yourself. And like I was mentioning this last night, I went to dinner with a friend, and I was like, the only years where I had any drama in my life at all were 2020. That's the creation of phases, because something inspired that for sure.
Yeah.
And then last year, 2023, because I had a whole bunch of shit happen. Besides that, I'm very chill, laid back. I don't start no problems. When problems come, I'm not there. I'm like, I don't like to argue. Like, that's just not the type of person I am. And I don't think I put myself out there like that, unless you're listening to only my old rap, because then, yeah. But for the most part, like, nah, that's just not my vibe.
Yeah. That's dope. That's dope. That's growth. And people, I think that's introspection as well. Know where you are.
Yeah.
People don't do it. People don't do it.
That's something I promote often too, like intrinsic motivation. You know, like it's not always about. It's nice to get feedback from other people and having that approval, that validation, and all that. But if you don't have the intrinsic portion, none of that matters. You gotta have both, or you gotta have only intrinsic. If you have only extrinsic, you're bound to fail.
Yeah, like even the inside motivation. Or just, people be looking for somebody to tell them that their song is hot or something. And it's like, yo, just, come on.
Do you like it, though?
Do you like it? Yeah. That's fine. I think there was like a little study with like the kids and stuff. And they were saying like, oh, don't tell a kid. Like if a kid says, do you like this? Ask them, do they like it? Instead of telling them your opinion. Like ask them like, well, do you like it? So that they know like their opinion matters first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's big. Yeah.
Yeah.
They have a lot of stuff like that with kid psychology. I did child psychology originally before. No, I'm sorry. It wasn't child psychology. It was early childhood education was my major before psychology. So I learned a little bit about child psychology, but not too much. But that was definitely something. And then they have like. Wait, it's funny because it applies to adults in different weird ways.
We're all kids.
Yeah. But they're like I don't know if I learned this from school or my mom, because my mom works in early childhood education, but she was like, yeah, the kids in my class, if they have a pizza, I cut it up into a lot of little pieces so they think they have more. And like, we're like that in a lot of ways. Like it's so weird, those psychological tricks.
No, that's real. That's real. I think my mom was telling a story because like I used to eat like a lot, I'll eat the whole sandwich. My brother's way older than me.
Good.
Like 6 years older than me.
We would be so proud of you as a Puerto Rican family for eating your whole sandwich. I'm sorry. Go ahead though. It's made me happy.
Wait, why would you guys be so?
We love to eat, and we really love when our children eat.
Oh
yeah.
Y'all like making the plates and then watching somebody eat it, right?
Yeah. Yep. That's us.
That's funny. That's so hilarious. Well, I would just say with the story is that my brother would only eat half sandwiches. So she cut it up into 4, and he thought he had more than me because it was cut in 4. Yeah. So that made him feel good. Like, because now it's like, oh, I have more than you, but it was the same amount. So it's just one of those funny stories.
Yeah, it's like, real. It's legit.
That mind, the power, I don't know. It's all crazy. It's all crazy.
Yeah, they have so many experiments.
I guess.
And they used to be mad unethical back in the day, too. They used to be, like, scaring babies for science. Yo, shout out Lil Albert. Yeah, they scared him with, like, anytime he saw this little stuffed animal, they, like, also had, like, a demon masked person come in.
That's
so that he was scared
up.
of bunnies for the rest of his life.
Yo, that's messed up.
It is. It's so it's not funny. I'm not laughing. It's messed up.
I'm like, that's funny. That got me thinking about some other stuff now. Like how, like every time I read a child study, I'm gonna be like, "Where'd you guys get this information? Like,
they gotten better.
How did you study it?
Yeah, how is really...
Was it a natural occurrence, or you guys just,
Yeah.
Yeah, That's
But then they learn there's association,
mm-hmm.
and trauma with association,
Mm-hmm.
and PTSD and all that. They had to sacrifice the baby. Fucking Illuminati.
How much? I mean, how much are they paying?
You want to get a little trauma for some bread?
Bring my kid over there. Like, yo, go ahead.
That's probably the worst one that I heard of. Aside from, I don't know if you heard about the prison experiment. These were adults though, but they like had a group of people and they said half of you are prisoners and half of you are like police or whatever, and the police side were treating the other half like shit.
Cops and robbers.
Yeah, and they're not even really cops or robbers.
Yeah.
Like,
they're regular people.
Yeah, but like we said, people are fucking trash, bro. And science proves it.
So nobody
repeatedly.
Nobody in there was like, oh, let's not do this. Let's help the robbers reform and all of that stuff. They're not doing
that. You mean like Joe's supposed to be?
Like, yeah. We're not gonna get into that. We're not gonna do it.
Word.
I guess I know. Oh yeah. I had really just about sharing a moment that you almost gave up and what pulled you back in, because I know you talked about 2016. You kind of like got back into the music, so like, like, cause I always want to give stuff for other artists to kind of take, cause I've had plenty of times about to just give it all up, like, screw this music, like, screw that, or I don't want to do anything with this entertainment business, or, just getting roped back in.
Yeah, that was after a 5-year, what was supposed to be retirement.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't make music. Like, not just I didn't do shows, I didn't record, I didn't write nothing. Like, my life was musicless for 5 years. Yeah, and I was working with you. I was going to school. I had a boyfriend that I lived with at the time, so I'm playing house, and it was a very regular life. And after maybe 2 years, I started getting into a real deep depression, but I didn't know why yet. And then throughout that year, that third year, I kind of started realizing, oh my God, the only really different thing is that I'm not creating. I need that. I need to make music. I need to, like, I realized then it was me. Yeah. And then that fourth year, I started planning and plotting and saving. And eventually, about a year and a half, I saved up enough to quit my job, and I wanted to go back to music full time. Unfortunately, the way music payment is set up, I had to go back to my job eventually, but it was still, I made a promise to myself that even if I'm going back to work, I'm not going to stop music. Like, I need to do this, no matter the capacity. I don't need to be famous. I don't need to be, making my bread and butter, but I need to incorporate it into my life somehow. And that's kind of where I'm at now. Like, I do it because I love it before anything. I'm lucky that I make a little, buck here and there, but I definitely don't make enough to survive off of it still. And I just do it because I love it.
And that should be first. That really should be first.
Yeah.
I remember my mom asking me a question, and the question was, so if you never make $1 off of anything and money was not an object, what would you be doing? And I sat with the question for like 5 minutes, and I'm like, I'd probably be in the studio all day just making music. So, it's just definitely a good question. That's like, what do you really love? Well, what's going to fulfill you past the bills, past the, regular life stuff? Like, what makes you feel complete? So thank you for sharing that experience.
You gotta really self-reflect and do what you want. Every what they call cliche saying is cliche for a reason. People repeat it for a reason. Mm-hmm. They're usually true and right. And I used to kind of like take that with a grain of salt, but now I'm like, oh no, now I see like there are real lessons to be learned. There's a reason they keep repeating these things. Yeah, do what you love, follow your heart.
Before we get out of here, did you want to let the listeners know anything
I mean, we kind of use plugging me without me plugging me. Like the third pod season 7 starts January 30th.
Hey.
Yeah, and that's with video. Last season was the first season I had video too. So now, my youtube.com/Daphya. You can subscribe there. But I have the Deja Vu series that is gonna continue this year. I got some dope collabs coming on that, so I'm excited about that. And yeah, Daphya everywhere, Daphya.com, my website. I put my first mug up there. It was a request. So if you drink coffee, go to Daphya.com.
That's dope.
Get you a Good Men Exist mug.
Good men exist.
Yeah. And this year we're gonna do Good Women Exist because I feel left out off my own shit. Cause I did Good Men Exist because it's fucking like people like Diddy. I'm just like, there's too much negative dudes in the press. It's like, there's good men out there too that do stuff sometimes. So I did the Good Men Exist collection first, but we're gonna have good one, and then we're gonna do good people because I'm all inclusive, and even though Trump is gonna be in office, other people exist too. So
good people exist. That's dope.
Politically correct. Well, not to Trump, I guess, but yeah.
Not to his father. They're gonna be like,
girl and boy bathrooms, and that's it. I heard that's like the first thing he's gonna do.
What is just?
Yeah, like there's men and there's women. That's it. Cut it out. That's Trump. I'm like, all right, if you think that's the most important thing, sure.
Yeah, we have a lot of.
I'm not super hating on him. Like if he feels that way, I'm not. But that's the first thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
We definitely have a lot of issues to attend to.
Yeah.
A lot of people hurting and just mentally.
Mm-hmm.
It's one thing at a time, right?
Yeah.
One thing at a time. We'll see whatever these next 4 years have in store for us.
I'm definitely not a Trump fan, but I am really rooting for him. Because at this point, you don't have a choice.
You have the position. All we can do now is pray for the best situation to come about. Yeah.
I'm hoping that he does a fantastic job because this is his last term anyway. So it's like, just do good.
And after this, the world is probably going to plunge into some eternal darkness anyway. So
we got flying saucer orb things here in Jersey. So yeah, maybe. It's crazy.
Is that why you came back to see the flying saucer? You just came to visit?
I actually traveled on one. That's how I got here. Nah, I didn't. I didn't even hear about it until I got here. Like, we got spaceships out here, right? A word?
Damn. Hey, Trump said they know what the government knows what they are, and
they said it last year that we had UFOs and stuff, didn't they?
I don't know what any of this stuff is. I'm just gonna say. I mean, we got, like you said, we got airplanes and stuff too. We just be them playing with some new tech. I don't know.
Yeah.
Sometimes see drones. I have no idea.
That's what they call them, drones. No, it's aliens. Stop playing with me.
I hope not. That's funny.
It gotta be aliens. Sorry, DZ. I'm gonna fight you on that one.
You said it gotta be aliens?
Yeah, it's alien. I'm 100% there's aliens outside.
I believe there's some type of something.
What you envision aliens to be is a whole different story.
Yeah.
Because they could be like little microorganisms or whatever, but life.
I don't know about...
We're the only life in the whole solar system. This pod about to be 3 hours long.
Nah, that's funny. That's funny. We're not the only life. I try to stray away from this. I try to stray away from this so bad.
Trump, aliens.
I try. You're hitting all the religion, politics. I'll be like, the listeners be.
My bad. I am a little bit polarizing. I'm not gonna lie.
They're gonna go to your page to go tune in to be like, is she talking about politics? Yeah. They love having an opinion on what other people are talking about.
Yeah. I try to live in the gray for the most part because I try to be objective and stuff, but I do have some where I'm like leaning a little darker and lighter,
And aliens is one of them.
Yeah, no, I'm really dark in that one.
I mean, we can talk. Let's talk about aliens really quick.
Okay.
What would an alien be or look like?
I don't know because I've never seen one. However, I think just in the grander scope of thing, like the galaxy, there has to be other living life out there. You know, like there has to be.
Would it be physical?
Yeah, I think so. I think it would be physical.
Okay.
And now they're saying that the aliens are undersea, which if you've seen like deep water fish, they already look like aliens. They got fucking light bulbs on their heads and shit with
I,
teeth. The fish, you ain't see that really ugly fish
no,
from
no,
like
no.
Nemo?
Hey,
It's
I
real. It's a
get
real
it.
fish.
I mean, I'm a very like I'm a Bible guy. So
Okay.
yeah, like I'm a Bible guy, but
Nothing wrong with that.
so I guess like always like I'm always like pulling it into like that type of sense, and I'm like, yeah, well, there's aliens in the Bible.
Oh, there is?
There's a lot of places. Yeah.
Wow, I didn't know that.
I mean,
I
yeah.
am not a Bible person, even
Yeah.
though my song is God Forgiven. But
That, yeah.
I grew up Catholic, but I'm more agnostic now. I definitely believe in a higher power. I just don't know what it is, kind of thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Universe, God, Allah.
You just know it's something
Oh,
that's
yeah.
just
Like I think about
busting
aliens,
up.
I think about God the same way. You know,
Yeah.
I'm just like, it can't just, this ain't it. Like, this
Yeah.
ain't everything, like, to me.
No. So I definitely I mean, look, this is the part of this is the part where you could be like, okay, all right, guys, I'm gonna just go ahead and click out.
This part's optional.
That's funny. No, definitely like the underwater. I believe it.
Yeah, you know what I said
believe
too?
it.
I was like, there's no air in space, so maybe that's why they're underwater, because there's no air underwater. I don't know. I just made that shit up, though.
I don't know. Space to me just comes off like water.
That makes sense. They're like going to the closest possible atmosphere on Earth to their atmosphere.
To their atmosphere. I mean, think about it. Everything's through water.
Yeah.
Everything's born through water.
Water is the elixir of life.
Yeah.
I'm trying to drink more of it. But
like we come through that. So, just
Yeah.
believing that the soul comes here through water. So then it's like, okay, what else is here through water?
Like a portal, now that you said it like that.
Yeah. I mean, God told Adam to like name all of the stuff, but he didn't tell him to name the sea creatures. He only told him to name the stuff in the air and on the land. So it was like little things like that, and I'd be like, hey, what's going on?
Yeah.
When Jesus casted out those demons and
you
sent
think the
them
aliens
in.
are demons? This is fun.
This is
Yo, I lit up. I love like even conspiracy theories, any kind of alternate thinking. I learned this year that I am absolutely neurodivergent. I do not think like the masses.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm like autistic or anything. I wouldn't claim that.
Well,
but I don't think like everybody else.
Yeah.
So this is like, yeah.
I mean, it just has a lot of talks. It talks about different bodies, celestial bodies. This body was made for this person. This body was made for that person. But yeah, even when he like the demons asked him, like, "Are you here to send us to hell early?" Which even that, because people think like, oh, like hell is like super active. That's where Satan resides, and it's like, nah. You said they're on Earth here with us.
Wait, you said super active?
Like. Like they're in hell having a party. Like no, like they don't want to be there either.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That
so
would
it's like
make it irrelevant or like defeat the purpose of it being hell.
Yeah,
if you're having a blast. Like, you're
like
in heaven,
down
man.
there having a party. Like okay, guys. Like no, they don't want to be there.
Yeah.
So yeah. So when they asked for Jesus not to send them back to send them to hell early. He put them in the pigs, and then the pigs ran into the ocean.
Wait, is that why like Muslim people don't eat pork? Maybe. Does
I mean,
that have any?
he sent them
Bible,
into.
though. It's a whole different.
The Bible's the same way, though. I mean, it tells you not to eat pork.
Oh, really? I didn't know that either.
Yeah.
My family, I'm Puerto Rican, as I mentioned. We eat a lot of pork, lechon,
Yeah.
pernil, like. I personally don't really eat pork though. I eat a little bacon here and there. Like it's not, a religious thing. It's just my stomach thing. I just can't. But maybe that's why, because I'm so pure that my body can't tolerate the evil in pork.
That's yeah. I mean, I always try to explain it like this: like if you built a car, right, and you told the car only take gas, And the car itself decided, I'm going to fill myself up with lemonade. Right?
Mm-hmm.
The car's like, no, I like the lemonade. But the lemonade makes you break down. Right? Yeah. So Jesus was just sent here as a mechanic. That's it.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Especially now with all the processed shit that we eat and stuff that we know is not
It's-
for us,
it's
and
not.
we just create it. We just invent it. Like, this shit's delicious. So yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
And it does nothing but harm us.
Yeah. All that stuff are just said like, hey, this doesn't work. So then you got like thousands of years later, they're like, you know what, this actually isn't good for you. Like, oh, they told you this 1,000 years ago. Like,
they go back and forth too. Like one day they'll be like, you know, coffee's good for you. It does this and this and that. No, coffee's bad. Like, because science
too much
is ever
of
changing.
anything I know. It's like the food chart from 2000 isn't even valid
I heard about
now.
that. It's like
weird.
reversed or something.
It's weird. It's like
they wanted you to eat mad bread at the bottom.
Yeah.
I love it. That was the correct chart, though, as far as I'm concerned. Pasta and bread, leave that shit. Yeah.
That's why I'd be like, how reliable is science? It's always changing. But hey.
And that's why they always call everything a theory. It's because they can't state it as fact. You know, it's always going to be a hypothesis, an idea. A theory is something a little bit more confirmed, you know, because it has some research behind it. But nothing is fact, you know.
I love it. Aliens. Politics. Turned it into a whole...
And demon pork.
Demon pork. Yeah, but yeah, like a lot of the dietary laws are almost the same. That's cool.
That makes
Yeah. Cool stuff.
We digress. We digress.
You're gonna have some of my people like, I didn't even know he thought these things.
Damn.
Like I didn't even know this is where he took things.
Oh, that makes me feel special. I'm introducing you to a new side. I'm peeling back the layers of DZ. Here with Daphya.
That's hilarious. Yes. So thank you.
Thank you for having me. This
nice
shit was fun.
When do you fly back to
well,
you gotta
New Year's Eve, I'm going in the morning to Atlanta, and I'm staying there for a couple weeks. So I'm not going back.
You're
to
on
LA
tour.
I'm on world
You're
tour,
on
baby.
tour.
Oh, no, U.S. tour. I don't have a passport.
Jersey
but
right now. That's what we gotta get one of those.
Yeah, that's my New Year's resolution.
Okay.
I'm doing monthly resolution, so that's my February resolution is to get my passport in February. Because January I'm still gonna be half in Atlanta, so I don't got time. Clean my crib in January. There we go.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Isn't that usually like a part of like the
resolution thing?
No, like usually like Hispanics do it before. I know like black people be like, we have to have it clean before the first, like or like what kind of traditions do you guys bring in? Because I know like you ever heard the one where it's like the first person that walks through your house has to have money in their wallet. Like
no,
like,
I never heard anything.
You never
like
heard
that.
any of these? You guys don't have any of those?
And I was gonna say my crib is always clean because I'm just OCD. Like so.
You guys don't have any of those? Like any of those little beliefs? Like, oh, this has to be done before January 1st or somebody? No? None? Wow.
I never even heard of it.
Oh. Ask your mom.
Look, I like I told you, I'm just starting to get more Puerto Rican.
Yeah, that's what I said. Ask your mom.
Yeah.
She might
I'm
have.
tap in with her when I get back.
Yeah, she might have one. She was like, "You didn't know?" She hit you with that. So
yeah. I just steal her phrases like "iba en coche." That means that, and they're riding away in a horse and carriage. Just meaning they got what they got and they lucky they got it.
Yeah.
Iba en coche.
Okay.
So that's something I throw around a lot. There's a few fun phrases that she all got from my grandmother. My grandmother was wild, bro. I love my grandma. She was hilarious. If she was in this era right now, she would go crazy on TikTok. Like she was so funny and like wild. Like she would just say crazy shit.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, that's the only thing I know is like the funny sayings. My family is hilarious.
What is it? Ida coach? How do you say?
Iba en coche.
Iba en coche.
And goes in carriage is what it would translate to. So, iba en coche.
Whatever they get.
Yep.
Iba
and they should be happy about it.
Iba yeah. People should, yeah, definitely.
Be thankful you got that. I gave him a $20 tip. Iba en coche.
Iba en coche. I'm gonna use that. Actually, I might.
That's my new favorite.
Title the episode. Iran Coche. Let me go figure out how to spell it. That's
Yeah,
hilarious.
because they got a regular episode and then they got all the icing with the aliens and
Yeah,
stuff.
they
Iran
Iran
Coche.
Coche. You're gonna get what you get. That's funny. Lock them in with your social and
Yeah.
just like you. I know you said the website and stuff.
Yeah.
Like just where they can find you on social
I'm
media.
Daphya everywhere. DAPHYA, Daphya.com, Daphya on Twitter, Daphya, or I should say X, Daphya on Instagram, Daphya on TikTok while it's still here. Follow me wherever I go after TikTok goes away. Because I just started getting popping on a little bit on TikTok. I started using it this year.
I don't think it's going anywhere.
I hope so. Because they like me over there. Because nobody, look, strangers. I'm getting strangers over there, which I love. Yeah.
Nah, I don't think it's going anywhere.
Instagram is whack. The only people who like my stuff are people that follow me.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like, what is it? I think they say it's 5 to 10% that they show your post to people.
Yeah, and if they don't like it, they don't show it to other people. Apparently,
over 5,000 followers, and I get like 30 likes on most of my shit. Like,
yeah, because they have to. Yeah,
that's why I said like that verse that you liked kind of went crazy. I got over 200 likes on that one, but that was just like a lucky hit because it's up to them, the algorithm. You know.
I hate
I know.
Well, we're not gonna get into it. I tell everybody too, like I try to keep it not too long, but every time I go an hour. It's been happening constantly. It's been like, yo. And my friend, shout out to Bash, he texts me and he's like, what happened to your 30-minute threshold? I was like, listen.
I did one season of the pod where I did that 30-minute episodes. They were 15 to 30 minutes. I was trying to do a short form kind of vibe, but I couldn't.
It doesn't work as well. It doesn't
especially
work
when
as
you
well.
have guests. When I had guests, I was doing 3-hour pods.
3 hours? No.
I couldn't stop talking.
Yeah. Hey man, appreciate Daphya for coming on. Long time. Please check out her stuff. She's very dope. Did you?
No, thank you for having me. I remember I went on your last podcast, Mild Talk. Yeah, and it was like a couple episodes after Andrew Schultz, who shout out Andrew Schultz. I'm a big fan now because you introduced me to him. And then he blew up. I've been rooting for him this whole time. He in trouble right now, but we won't talk about that. We ending the pod. But yeah, thank you for having me again. I'm wishing you more success and great things with this new venture.
Thank you.
Because you good at what you do.
Appreciate it. We out.